Yes, well, it's JOEBILINE here, and today we're going to be playing with record breaker Christian Pulisic. He got this record breaker because on the player bio it told you this year. So his record was the youngest foreign player to get 50 league games in the Bundesliga and also score of the 3,000th Bundesliga goal for Dortmund. So I guess they're a bit more lenient on what a record breaker is in FIFA Mobile compared to console. Because console, the record breaker cards are quite reserved for like big achievements, like league-wide or nationwide, worldwide. But hey, FIFA Mobile will get more cards, so can he complain? And Pulisic has been a favourite. His default card has been a favourite right mid for a lot of people this year anyway. For those looking for a base right mid at the start of the game and not really looking for specials, I've now been answered with Pulisic. So he's an 88 rated card. And he's got the counter skill boost, which gives him long passing, dribbling, sprint speed, ball control and long shot, which is a decent combination for right mid. So looking at his base stats, he's parking out with, well, straight off the bat, 104 pace. His shooting's kind of low at 81 with 82 finishing and 83 shot power. Passing's at 81 with 80 crossing, 85 short passing, 80 long passing, and then down at 73 kicks, which brings that down. His ball control's at 89, his dribbling's at 98, his strength's at 60, his aggression's at 55. So off the bat, Bale does look quite like, my Bale's been boosted up to a 95. My Bale's 95 now, so when looking there, take that into account. But obviously on the screen at the same time while I'm talking to you, I've got some foothead stats up for comparing them. Because at 91, Pulisic would be rocking out with 109 pace, which is higher than Bale's. We'll go jump into some games while we're talking about this. I haven't played my end of era games yet for this session, so we're going to play some of these. But yeah, Bale and Pulisic, because I feel like that's the main comparison we want to be looking at for who's better overall at various different levels. But at pace at 91, boosted Pulisic up to all this. Right, this is going to be a loss, but let's just try and have as much fun with Pulisic as we can coming up against this 115. So we're just going to pass out to Pulisic straight away. Here we're going to get the rainbow over. Let's go for the roulette here. Can he keep it away? He has, but he's brought it away from his audacious shot and it's blocked. Okay, well I feel this game's already going to be a write-off, but no, why are you saving that? I swear, whenever I start recording, it always just... we always get like these tricky games, but and then that happens. I am doing the long shots more because I realise long shots are a key this year now. From about this distance, no keeper's gonna save it. It's gonna be one of them games. It's gonna be one of them games. You know what? I'm gonna meet you back for the next game, I reckon. No, we're not. Pulisic is here. Pulisic. Okay, we're gonna cut this one down, I reckon, unless it's just Pulisic. And a big save. Oh, an unlucky Pulisic. Is that his shooting coming to play? Obviously, we're just warming up with him, but we do obviously want to we want him to be playing against people similar overall so we can get a fair impact, because I just feel maybe it's his shooting that's going to let him down to start with compared to what I've been using with Bale, but that's the tail of the tape sometimes, isn't it? Because his pace is higher than Bale's. Bale's got better shooting and slightly better passing, but Pulisic is there with the agility much higher, so he's got better dribbling, better ball control. He's a smaller build, so he's not. Bale's got the the fourth tallest. By that I mean obviously heights. There's only 4 heights in FIFA Mobile, if anyone's realised. Bale's got the highest height, which you may like in a player, or maybe you prefer a little smaller build. Right, jumping into this game, what I'm going to look at as well. Still keeping them both at 91 rated, but we've gave a +10 skill boost to each of them because they do have different skill boosts. Bale's got the speed skill boost, Pulisic obviously on that can skill boost. So out of them both at 91 with a +10, which I feel is where people are close to or roughly at now. In most situations, like I'm at 12, my free-to-play account's at 8, so I'm just going to round it at 10. This is where Pulisic is still quicker. Here we go. Oh, I've run away with that then. I've run away with that, but Pulisic is going to get it back. Rule it over. He's left Petit for dead, and he's finished it away. First goal for the club. So at 91 +10, Bale's shooting up to 100, while Pulisic is still at only 85. None of Pulisic's skill boosts give him any increment on his shooting, And I don't know if it's about me or you guys, but when I'm looking at a player, because of how I feel the mechanics of FIFA Mobile work, I don't normally look at passing too much because I don't really feel passing is important. I just want to see if a player can dribble, can run fast, and can shoot well. I feel like they're the three things you're looking for. Strength, I guess, can work, but in most situations, you're unmarked. So Pulisic is going to get a goal there. I'm going to try and drag that back to Depay, and he's going to finish away, slotting home. So passing, Bale's ahead as well. At dribbling though, at 91 plus 10, Pulisic up to 104 and Bale's at 99. So that's the full-blown dribbling, not just the actual dribbling stat itself. Should I say agility this year? Obviously they've called it agility on card to not confuse with the actual dribbling stat. Greasy, there we go, that should be a win. Right, back into this next game, and we're up against the 1-6, so this should be a fairly good. Oh, he's got himself the top 250 Di Maria, so this should be a decent game. But I'm just looking at Pulisic versus Bale at 120 now, so maxed out. They're both at 130 pace once maxed out, so that's interesting. You're not getting one faster than the other. Shooting, Pulisic is shooting still at 113, while Bale's is at 130. So Bale's massively run away. Passing, Pulisic is slightly higher at 118 over 116 for Bale. His agility, so all the dribbling stats are at 131 compared to Bale's 128. And Bale's up there at 71 defending over 61, but that matter. And the physical's at 87 for Bale. So to be honest, Bale does kind of run away with all the stats. He's got more total stats as well because he's obviously quite a bigger build defensive. Used to be a left back in the day. But if we're breaking down some of these Pulisic 140 when he's at 120, what we got maxed out. Because obviously you also got to take into account Bale, you can't buy anymore unless you got him joining La Liga rivalries. You don't have him, so maybe obviously I'm comparing to Bale, and that's for people who already have Bale. But maybe a lot of you don't have Bale, and you're looking at Pulisic to ping you up as a serious contender for right mid, and I would say so. Obviously, if we're talking long-term game, once they get to 120, we're looking at 140 sprint speed, 120 acceleration. 118 long shot, 112 finishing, 107 shot power. Come on, let's get this shot away. Couldn't do it in time. 116 position, so shooting still pretty decent, like 113 shooting. That's still nothing to be sniffed at, and it's probably a lot higher than what you're using at the moment. So there's that to take into account. It's 140 long passing, which I guess if you are in a situation with Pulisic where you've got the ball maybe from a basic chance and you want to box it into the box, 114 long passing is going to come into play there. Now, one of the things that does stand out very, very much with this Pulisic is at 120, he has 140 ball control and 140 dribbling. So that itself is pretty darn important when you're looking at the agility stats. He's got 140 ball control and dribbling. Bale's got himself 120 ball control, 140 dribbling. So Pulisic's dribbling, in terms of the two important ones, are a hell of a lot higher, which is very interesting and taken into account. What we'll do is after this game, we'll just go check on the market how much Pulisic is actually going for at the moment. Because my guess would be, although I'm not an expert trader and market analyzer, it's always been one of the weaker parts in my game. I've just never really cared to get that involved in the market too much. I know there's a lot of people out there who do. It's just not something for me. I just like to collect shiny cards and flying rocks, which obviously you have to take into account because Bale doesn't have flying rocks on his card and Pulisic does. So card design comes into play. I feel the way I'm heading, although I'm enjoying Pulisic, I feel like I'm going to stick with Bale. Just because I've always said, Bale is one of those cards on the game. On FIFA, he's just like a perfect FIFA player. And by that I mean a FIFA perfect card. Because he's tall, fast, strong, powerful, good dribbling. He's got all the things that you need in a player to play FIFA video games. He just totals out that way. Pulisic, a little bit smaller, a little bit quicker, a little bit dribblier. Maybe you prefer players that are smaller, and if so, then maybe Bale isn't that for you. But I would feel like Bale, like last year as well, his striker card So good. And I feel like if you get yourself a Bale, it's the kind of card that you'd be happy to stick with. So there's that to it. And I do feel like all stats involved. Like Bale's got 99 strength, remember, at 120. Pulisic is at 72 strength, so he could be getting marked out of the way. But let's have a look what he's going for at the moment. Pull, 88. And at the moment, it's rocking out. So he's not necessarily cheap. 3 million, decent. So it's costing you about 3 million for him. If we're looking at other right mids on the market, let's have a look. Is there even any else above 85 on the market? Okay, you've got Robin at 86 at 2 million. That's your only options, isn't it? How far down do we have to go to get some more? 83. Okay, you've got like Mkhitaryan. So there's not actually that many high rated right mids. So, and what's Robin going for? Robin's going for about 2 million. So let's just quickly pull Robin up while we're here and have a look what his stats are rocking it out with. If you look at Robin, 90 pace, so let's get him up to 88, and let's get a compare up. Compare Robin to Pulisic. So that's going to do it in my team there quickly, what he's higher at. So at 88, Robin has got the highest shooting, the higher passing, and the higher agility. Pulisic is just a hell of a lot quicker. And he's got the speed attribute the same as Bale. So if you're doing 88 plus 10 for both of them, the only thing that's worrying me about this Pulisic is that his finishing is kind of low. That didn't seem like much of a problem while I was playing with him, but it could be for some and maybe long-term end game if you're looking for more like 120, 130 finishing, and he's down at the 113 closer to 110. Did feel smooth, and his card looks very, very nicely. But 3 million's a lot of coins. He could go up as well. Once these got our packs, they could potentially rise. So you've got to take that into account. If you've got Bale, stick with Bale. If you've used Pulisic's normal card, get this one if you've got the spare coins. 3 million coins though is a lot for an 88, but you can train him up, and he looks into a real monster as you train him up. So do leave a like if you enjoyed it, subscribe if you're new here, come follow me on Twitter at joebilineHD, and I'll see you all later. Peace.
But behind closed doors, I'm a fool for your life.